Good evening, welcome to Central News. For Monday the 9th of September, I'm Hilary Entwistle. The fight to end shark finning in New Zealand is calling on New Zealanders to help see this practice banned in our waters. Over a third of the world has already banned shark finning, and there is a widespread concern that the continuation of this practice will lead to a severe population decline of sharks. Over 100 million sharks are killed every year just for their fins. New Zealand shark fin exports are worth $4.5 million annually. Riley Elliott, a member of New Zealand Shark Alliance, says that hundreds of sharks are being killed and dumped back into our waters every day, and something has to be done to see it stopped.
Shark finning occurs in New Zealand, it's 100% legal, and it's devastating our oceans. And it has to stop now, and that is being created through the New Zealand Shark Alliance to increase public awareness, get people educated, and stop this horrific, barbaric trade now.
The 2013 Recognise Youth Awards are coming up at the end of the year and aims to showcase the contributions young people make to Hamilton. There are 7 categories in the awards night to make sure that young people from all avenues will have the chance to see their hard work recognised. The categories invite entries from performers, environmentalists, those who have triumphed through adversity, entrepreneurs, those with leadership qualities, and volunteers. If you're aged 12 to 24 years, live in Hamilton and fit one of the categories, you can be nominated or nominate yourself for the awards. Hamilton Youth Council representative William Lewis says that the awards are a great chance to see the good work done by young people recognised and appreciated.
Yeah, so the Recognise Youth Awards are about celebrating achievements of our youth in Hamilton and contributions that they make to our community. So the awards at Recognise are typically things that don't often get picked up. So yeah, people that do something particularly special and something that benefits Hamilton as a whole.
Now for our region's weather, Hamilton, your Tuesday will be cloudy at times with some evening showers and a westerly. Your expected high is 16 and an overnight low of 9. Tauranga, cloud increasing with evening showers and northwesterlies. Your expected high is 17 and an overnight low of 9. Just ahead we learn about the debilitating disease of the mind. Welcome to Central News on TV Central. September is Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Alzheimer's Waikato will be working hard this year to offer support, advocacy and education for people with dementia. In 2011, 48,182 New Zealanders had dementia. This has increased over 18% in 3 years. By 2050, these numbers are expected to triple. It is evident that national dementia care is now more crucial than ever. We visited Waikato Alzheimer's to find out more.
So Jane, can you tell us what happens on World Alzheimer's Day?
Well, throughout New Zealand and throughout the world, there's celebrations all over and events to mark the day as something special. So it can be street appeals, high teas, cuppa for a cause, quizzes, concerts, lunch, outings, all sorts of things all over the world.
What sort of awareness events will be taking place nationwide?
All of that, a lot of awareness talks, but those we carry on with all year, but there are going to be extra around about World Alzheimer's Day just to draw people's attention to it, memory walks, and of course our street collections. We've also got, most of the member organisations have put up displays in libraries and places like that, just so that people's awareness is drawn to the illness.
Tell us about this year's theme for Alzheimer's Month.
This year's theme is Dementia, a Journey of Caring, and it's really a very, very apt theme because this illness is a long, drawn-out process. And we see some carers looking after their spouse or family member for many, many years. It has a huge impact, not only on the primary carer, but the extended family, right down to little grandchildren and great-grandchildren. And so it really is a a long journey of caring. But it's a wonderful thing for us. We're just blown away by the love and devotion that we witness in families every single day. It's an inspiring and humbling field to work in.
As one of New Zealand's most significant and growing healthcare problems, is Alzheimer's New Zealand receiving enough funding, do you think?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I can only speak for Alzheimer's Waikato. I can't speak for the nationwide group. But in our area, 14% of our funding comes from the DHB, 7% from the Ministry of Health, but that still leaves 79% of our running costs that we have to fund every single year, and it's getting harder and harder to do that. And of course the numbers are increasing.
Is there any explanation as to why we are seeing such a dramatic increase of Alzheimer's cases in New Zealand?
Yes, partly because people are living longer. And even though it's not a normal part of ageing, it is a definite illness. But because people are living longer, you're more likely to get it the longer you live. So that's one of the main reasons. And of course the baby boomers, this huge number of us baby boomers have started turning 65. So the numbers are going to increase. But it's not only that. Many people are under the impression that this is just an illness of the elderly. In fact, it's not. We have a lot of younger people diagnosed. We have clients in their 50s, there are people in their 40s with it, and we're seeing a lot more of them being diagnosed as well.
Can you tell us what the National Dementia Strategy is focused on?
This was launched in 2010, the Alzheimer's New Zealand strategy, and it was trying to draw an awareness to the illness, trying to get it recognised as a major health priority, which it should be. So it was a case of getting the government to recognise that, getting communities to recognise that, improve the caring and support for the people who are struggling with this illness, improve the training for carers, get more funding. It was about all of those things. The one thing that it has achieved, and we're very thrilled about it, is that prior to the launch of this, the medication to slow down the progression was not government funded, but since then it is now government funded, so that was a major achievement.
Has any form of prevention been identified, or do you think that this is something that we will be able to find a cure for in the future?
We'll never be able to prevent it completely, simply because there's so many different types of dementia. If you think that some dementias are a result of brain injuries, we'll never prevent it completely unless we ban rugby, and I don't think Kiwis are going to want to ban rugby unless we stop all children riding their bikes. So that side will never be prevented. Some areas we're getting closer, just for example vascular dementia that is caused through a disruption of the circulation of the blood. So heart health, if we're all aware of healthy heart, healthy brain, and people live healthier, more active lifestyles, we will be able to reduce that. So it's more risk reduction rather than prevention. One of the things, can I just say quickly here, one of the things that they've proved through research recently is that aerobic exercise plays a big part in reducing your risk of getting dementia. So early on, all of us, when we're young, should be doing it, because this will increase the size of our hippocampus, which is the seat of our memory in the brain, which captures memories. So, and then later on, once a person already has dementia, we've seen, in clients of ours that if they're doing regular aerobic exercise, it actually is slowing down the progression. So that's an exciting thing we know.
For more information or to offer your support, visit alzheimers.org.nz/Waikato. Just ahead, an international champion. Welcome back. A young Cambridge High School student has come home a champion after competing at the Montreal 2013 IPC World Swimming Championships. I caught up with Nikita Howarth to hear about her journey and her plans for the future. Welcome to the show, Nikita.
Thank you.
So when did you start competing as a swimmer?
Well, I think it was about when I was 7 years old. I saw swimming and I was like, I really want to do that. And I also saw Sarah Ulmer's gold medal when she came to our primary school, and so I was like, I want one of them. And so from then on, it just went up. Yeah.
And so had you started swimming before then, or?
Well, Mum always taught us how to swim, and so she was like, all right, if you do this amount of lengths, you can do this amount of play swim. And so we always did our lengths before we did play swimming, yeah.
Wow, and what is an individual medley, for those who don't know?
Well, the individual medley is one person swimming the 50 fly, the 50 back, the 50 breast and the 50 free all in one race. And it's kind of, yeah, it's really fun because I do it.
So you have to do one length of each?
Stroke, yep.
Wow. And because that's taking up every single muscle in your body, really, isn't it? Because there's so many different... Whew. So what was the competition like over there, you know, and what were the competitors?
Wow, it was huge because everyone from the Paralympics was there, and everyone was world champions, and I was blown away by everything. It was huge, yeah.
And how did you feel going into the race? Were you nervous or yeah?
Well, it was kind of nervous, but then I kind of sort of got used to it after a while because I was like, oh yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. I should be performing well. Yeah, I performed well.
So what did you actually win? What races did you win?
Well, with day 5 or 4, I won I came third in the 50 fly with a time of 37.34, and it's a PB for me, so I was really happy. And then on day 7, I think it was, I won the 200 IM with a time of 3:02 point something. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, it was really hard because there was a competitor where she beat me in the fly, she beat me in the back. I caught up to her by 7 seconds in the breaststroke, and then we stayed the same for the freestyle, and I just pipped her, so I was pretty happy with that.
Wow, I bet she wasn't happy with you taking her gold medal. Great. And I mean, how many, you came home with a gold and a bronze. What were your friends and family like when you came home?
Well, they were all they were amazed. That's a huge thing to win, and I'm only 14, so it's pretty young, and everyone was amazed by what I'd done and representing my country at that age. So yeah, they're pretty happy.
How did you feel?
Oh, I was overwhelmed. It didn't really click until I kind of stood on the podium and sung the national anthem, and yeah, it was huge. Everyone was like, "Oh, is that cool?" I'm like, "That was awesome."
Did it take a while to sink in? Do you think you were in shock until you got home?
Yeah, I reckon when I got home and I put them on my wall, I'm like, whoa, I actually won those at World Champs, and yeah, it was pretty amazing.
So how much do you think you've improved since last year?
Well, just an example, last year my 200 IM time was 3:10 at the Paralympics. That was my PB, and this time my time is 3:01, and so that's like a whole 9 seconds, and I'm pretty proud of that.
That's a long time in swimming, isn't it? Yeah. 9 seconds, that's huge. Now, you also made an appearance at the 2012 London Paralympics, so as the youngest New Zealander ever to compete. That's amazing. How was that?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was only 13 back then, and so it's just like, it was huge for me. It was my first big meet, and everything was new to me. Everything was different. I liked it. That was really fun. It was a good experience.
I mean, you're 13, you go to the London Paralympics, you're 14, you win at the World Champions, how do you keep up with the training and the schoolwork and going over to these, big international events?
Well, schoolwork kind of stays behind until I come home and catch up, but training is just eased off now, but it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to completely stop for about 2 weeks, but tomorrow I have the New Zealand secondary schools, so I had to train a week for that, and so I'm hoping to do well, maybe get a medal or 2.
So what is your training regime like before you go over there?
It's about 11 times a week, so it's like Monday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning, Friday night, and Saturday morning.
Wow, that's all. And how long do you do in the pool?
In the morning it's like 1 hour and 15 minutes, I think, and then in the afternoon it's, I think, 2 hours.
Wow, that's a lot of time in the water.
Yeah.
So what did your schoolmates say when you came back with your medals?
Most of them were like, whoa, you actually got a medal. I'm like, yeah, I did. They actually started to like notice me a bit more. I'm like, thanks. I feel included now.
And so is there any, you know, you said Sarah Ulmer was a big thing for you.
Yeah.
Are there any others that you admire, any other top athletes?
Cam Leslie, he is my #1 inspiration at the moment because he's amazing, right? And he won a gold medal and I won a gold medal. He won a bronze medal, I won a bronze medal. So we're like matching buddies now. So that's pretty cool.
And how old is he?
How old? 23.
So you might be better than him eventually when you get to his age.
Yeah.
Or you're only 14 and you've got the medals.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, and when you're wanting to compete in the 2016 Paralympics?
Yes, definitely. Hoping to win a couple of medals again.
Yeah, and so how will the training regime for that kind of, you know, go up a lot for that?
Maybe. I think so. I hope so because at the moment I'm not doing any land-based or gym sessions and hopefully that will go up because I'll get older and stronger and stuff. Yeah.
And so what is, I mean, you know, the individual medley, you've got to do all these kind of different strokes and stuff. So what was your favourite stroke though?
My favourite's butterfly because it's like awesome and it's really easy for me because I pretty much only use my kick, so it's quite a lot easier, so I don't have to use my arms as much.
See, I find that interesting because I would have thought it would make it harder if you're only using just the strength of your legs.
Well, they're pretty strong, so it just gets me through the water faster, and my arms are just kind of flat, doing nothing.
Oh, it sounds amazing. Congratulations so much on your medals. That's very impressive. Thank you. To find out more about Paralympics New Zealand, visit paralympics.org.nz. Coming up next, theatre with a difference. If you have just joined us, welcome to Central News. Full House Production Company have been in operation since 2009 and bring shows of all genres to the Hamilton community. Previously, the Hamilton Performing Arts Trust, the company changed their name to reflect their growing maturity as a production company. Harriet Wilson caught up with Full House to find out about some exciting up-and-coming events.
So Jenna, tell us about this concept, Improv Combat.
Sure. It started about 5 years ago when a group of actors who were at a high school who didn't have theatre sports were really interested in learning about improvisation. So they decided to meet on a Friday night and explore games, explore techniques, and then started to really enjoy it. So they thought, let's do a show like Whose Line Is It Anyway? So that's kind of the inspiration. And then that's where the Improv Combat name came in, and started just, asking for a call heart at the door. And then since then, every year, we've gone from having 3 teams, we've got 4 teams now, and we've got a set MC. We used to share the MC. Our MC is now Nick. And we keep our price low. It's only $9.90, just because we want to provide affordable comedy entertainment to the Waikato community. And another thing we've also incorporated last year was not many people carry around $9.90, so we thought, hey, pay $10 and donate your 10 cents to charity, and therefore we're giving something back to like a local charity as well. So giving back to the Waikato community for supporting us. It's our 5th year of Improv Combat. We've been going strong. We get bigger and better every year, and yeah, so that's how it started and what we were up to.
So you mentioned that you have 3 or 4 teams on board. Who are these teams? Who's involved with Improv Combat?
They're a mixture of people from age 17 to age 46, in fact. We've got parents, we've got high school students, we've got teachers, we've just got duty managers, we've got university students. It's a very mixed bunch of people, but the one thing that we do have in common is our love for the craft of theatre, especially improvisation. I guess we all get that thrill of not knowing what exactly is going to happen when we get on stage every Sunday night, and just exploring the different ways of creating stories and comedy and physicalisation and just when we're together, we sort of unite, we become one person, even though we have our individual personalities. So we're a very close-knit group. We're pretty whānau based as well. So yeah, like I call them my brothers and my sisters. That's how close we are. We're very close. So, which helps because you kind of need that when you're jumping on each other's back and pretending to, marry a grasshopper and yeah.
Now, as a production company, you also have another show coming up this month. So can you tell us more about that, Nick?
We're putting on Jesus Christ Superstar, which is a very well-known musical by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. It's quite a bold move for Full House Productions. It's the biggest show that we've put on to date. We've got about 40 people in the cast, and there's probably another 40 or 50 people behind the scenes doing the things that the audience don't see. Backstage, hair and makeup, marketing, costumes, all those other elements to put on a musical. So it's very exciting. So
what sort of differences can people expect from this show when compared to traditional productions of the same show, Jesus Christ Superstar?
What we're doing with this particular production is we're making it very contemporary. It's set in an industrial urban environment. Your high priests are not so much high priests, but a board of executives. The followers of Jesus, I kind of liken them to your Occupy Wall Street protesters. You'll see things like iPads and cell phones, a lot of modern contraptions that you would see in real society, in real urban environments.
So Nick, how can people get their hands on tickets?
Well, for Improv Combat, you pay at the door. It's $9.90, and you have the option to give your 10 cents change to charity. That's our way of giving back to the community, because we do rely on community support for the events that we put on. For Jesus Christ Superstar, you can book through Ticketek. You can do that by going to their website, ticketek.co.nz, or you can call them on the phone or go to any Ticketek outlets in the Hamilton or Waikato area.
That is the news for today. Central News will be bringing you a local body election special soon. We will be holding a forum with the mayoralty candidates from our councils. Those councils are Tauranga City, Hamilton City, Western Bay Plenty District, Matamata Piako District, South Waikato District, Waikato District, Waipa District, Waitomo District and Thames Coromandel District. We will be putting viewers' questions to the candidates, so email us or send us a message on Facebook of the questions you want answered from your potential new mayor. I will be back tomorrow night with more guests from in and around our regions. I'm Hilary Entwistle. Have a lovely evening.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.